Hello everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Today we're gonna be working a bit more on the Borg session prep that I've been doing. I forgot my hat, but that's fine. Yeah, I basically have been running an open table Borg campaign for 2 sessions so far, and it's going on to the 3rd session. Hello Polythene Walrus. Sorry about that. Hello, welcome to the stream. But yeah, today we'll be basically fleshing out the hex crawl. Probably not so much the hex crawl, more of the dungeon actually. So I'll do a bit of a session recap before we get into it. Let me open up my files and stuff just so that I can have them, just so I can make sure that they're, you know, like, okay to show. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Let's switch over to desktop mode. So hopefully that worked. There we go. Yeah, oh, I should probably also like up the desktop audio so you can hear the lovely music. It's the Borg album, of course, by Noel. I'll bump it up a little bit more maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so let's do a bit of a session recap of like what happened in the last session. So the first session, essentially they were hired to go and check out this pirate ship that essentially got grounded ashore on Northern Sarkash, and they basically killed the quest leader, the quest giver, in like the first session, which is great. I honestly love it when players surprise me with crazy actions, and that was pretty crazy. So that went great. They still kind of figured out where they were supposed to head to next because they were keeping good track of clues and stuff. So essentially the last session was them exploring the forest, right? Trying to find out more about stuff. So they killed a bunch of bandits and they kept one of them called Karg prisoner. Yo, Caustic, hello! The group also went to the tower, which I actually have open. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. So you can kind of see my iPad on the right there, and if I do this, you can see it wiggling about. So they went to the tower where they met with Segura and Oms. So Oms is this blind hermit that they found on the boat, lost, supposedly. So the group is initially very suspicious of them, and they are able to read their minds. So they were able to reassure the group, but the group was still suspicious on account that they can get their minds read, you know? Anyway, so Segura wanted some red flowers from the great tree to make healing potions with, and they also knew that there were some sacrifices going on. There was this great big tree in the forest, and they knew that the villagers of Miadenville were basically trying to do these sacrifices in order to appease this great tree. So one of the things that they did was they decided to try and go to the great tree and pick the red flowers so that they can go back to Segura, give her the flowers, and she can make essentially healing potions with them. But what they also did was they attempted to pour some kind of potion onto the tree, and the tree didn't like that at all. So the tree proceeded to uproot itself from the ground and grab several of the party members, almost killing like several people immediately. One person did get killed. That person was able to cast the death spell right before he died, being crushed by roots, and was able to destroy the entire tree. And he was dubbed Turn the Tree Slayer. So that's what happened last session. It was a very, very good session. They liked it a lot. They were very hype about it. We were playing it in a community center, and they literally tore up Turn's sheet, like character sheet, and then like we had to reassemble it to take the photo of like of what happened. But it was great. So there was that. Let's see, is there any other details that I'm missing out? There are probably a few details that I'm missing out. Like for example, they decided to sleep outside the tower because they didn't trust Segura and they didn't trust Oms at first. So they met in the middle of the night, a bunch of Miedenville villagers, and they were able to recognize these villagers because of the bandit that they took prisoner. And they were chopping wood in the dead of the night. But like the prisoner was able to escape during the commotion, almost killed by one of the Miedenville villagers actually, almost like chopped down. But he was able to escape. So we don't know what happened to that guy yet, but he's essentially in the world now. So there's like Karg, there's Oms, there's Segura, there's a bunch of people that they've met. And there's a bunch of situations that they are embroiled in. One of the big situations that they are embroiled in currently is that, again, they killed this great huge tree that the villagers of Miedenville were giving sacrifices to for some reason. So if we kind of scroll down a bit here, you can see that, where is it? The great tree. So the villagers of Miedenville gut and hang someone once a month from the tree, usually travelers. The blood seeps into the roots, the tree grows larger. So it's undetermined as of yet why they do this, but there is actually kind of a relation there. The players don't know this, but the Miedenville villagers are strangely prosperous, and they're also hunters and woodsmen. So they're essentially getting a blessing from the tree by sacrificing people to it. They're paranoid of outsiders, etc. They will be searching for the people who essentially killed their source of success. So that's a thing that's gonna happen. So that's one thing that's gonna happen. We'll write that down somewhere. Maybe consequences? I don't know. Consequences. Let's actually remove the weather part of this just real quick. Yep, consequences. Not consequences per se, but like threads that are happening right now. So that's one thing that is happening. The great tree was killed. Miedenville villagers will be on the lookout. Or maybe the players were tainted in some way, not sure yet. Maybe they'll be able to... Yeah, I don't think the villagers will know who killed the great tree, like immediately anyway. So they'll be on the lookout, but do not know who the perpetrators were. So that's one thing, which can come in handy, but the problem is that they killed the great tree quite close to Miedenville, so there is a possibility they may run into some of the villagers, and if they do, that's gonna be bad, because, you know, like, yeah, they don't want to be seen near the site of them doing this horrible murder. So, there's that. What else? What else? They might also want to go to... So they might want to get back to Segura for healing potions? Question mark. They may or may not want to do that because they have an actual goal in mind, and their goal was to get to this cave called Zura's Cave. And they were gonna go inside and they were gonna try to find this pirate captain, essentially, called Phobos. So that's their goal, and they're quite close to that goal, so I think they want to go towards there. So that's a large overarching thread. Find Phobos and the mandate, and part of the mandate, of Verhu's mandate. So this is a lot of information to dump at once. Hello Brent, welcome to the stream. But Phobos essentially was this pirate captain who sacrificed her crew as a necromancer, and she has Verhu's mandate on her. So Verhu's mandate is part of a larger scripture that can possibly forestall, maybe even avert the apocalypse. So there's that. So anyway, yeah, there's all of that going on. Let's see here. What else is there? I think that's the three main things. The great tree was killed. The Miedenville villagers do not know who did it yet. Phobos is still on the loose and in Zura's cave. And Segura might be approachable for some of those healing potions because they were able to get the flowers. How Segura will react to the great tree being destroyed, I'm not sure yet. I have to figure that out. But that's a bunch of stuff that we can play around with. One thing is that previously, I have made a dungeon for Zura's Cave, but given that the players have not entered it yet, and given that I was somewhat in a rush when I was making that that cave, I did it very sparsely. I didn't put enough detail in. So since they're going to that cave for sure, like in the next session, I thought I could like spruce it up a bit, maybe make it better, maybe even remake it. Especially since they haven't gone anywhere inside yet. So like, thankfully I can still make changes because they haven't done that. But they have gone to several places here, so they haven't been to the bandit camp, they haven't been to the poison lake, but they haven't visited Toran the troll, but they have visited the tower, they have run into the bandits, they know about the ambush spot. Yeah, they found a bunch of places. Also, one of the players, Dave, actually made a full-on session report of the entire thing. So I don't know if I have that here. Oh, here it is. So he did a full-on session report of the entire game, and I love that. So thanks, Dave. So this allows me to like, you know, go through, see if there's any holes in the story or any notes that I, you know, missed out on, whatever. So that's great. That's really good. Yeah, and it's pretty well written as well. So that's where we're at for the moment. So I think today the plan is essentially to make some kind of dungeon for Zura's Cave. So let me see if I can find the initial dungeon. Actually, let me switch cameras real quick, and let me see if I can find the initial dungeon. I think I might have it here somewhere. Oh yeah, I didn't import it in. Yeah, let me just grab that real quick, and I'll switch the screen back so that you can see what I made last session. If I can find it. Oh, I found it. Okay, here we go. Okay, switching back to the main screens. Put my iPad there. You can see that this was the initial dungeon that we were thinking of using. So I think this is okay. I don't think it's too bad or anything, but given that like there's so much breadth and depth in the hex crawl itself, I felt that like when I was making this the last time, I did make it in kind of a rushed fashion. So I was thinking, instead of doing this, we could go through my procedure for making the adventure previously. So previously when I made the hex crawl, I followed a procedure by Castle Grief, wherein basically I just wrote a bunch of locations and I wrote out a bunch of, you know, possible encounters. I see where it linked up, and then I basically made it from there. So I made a lot of situations, I made a lot of settings, but I didn't make any stories per se. I just thought about how they linked up, and I just kind of went from there. And I was able to get a lot of good gameplay out of that. And they still haven't explored a lot of it, so it worked out really well. So I was like, since it worked out so well, I might as well do that for the dungeon as well, and maybe use some of what I have here already, but, you know, like, it's easily changeable, especially since they haven't gone into the dungeon yet proper, right? So, I wasn't sure where I was gonna do that on. Like, I was not sure whether I should do that on my iPad, or whether I should do that, you know, like, on, like, write it out on the Markdown application or what. But I think it will be easier to kind of link stuff up and like draw images and stuff like that on the iPad. So that's what I'm thinking. So we're just gonna be working on Zura's Cave today. Everything else, yeah, they're pretty much ready to get into the cave. So there is that one thing about the Miedenville villagers where I might have to make the town, well, the village of Miedenville. And they are aware of Dornwich, which is another village that was burned to the ground by Inquisitors. So they're aware of those spots. Yeah, I think like it's about time to like flesh out the cave. So what we can do is we can essentially write out, especially after that session, right? We can write out all of the stuff that might pertain to it. So we can do that. And also we need to figure out Zura was a hermit of some sort as well, a friend of Toran. So we need to like make those linkages and stuff like that. And Zura was buried by Toran. So there is a bunch of stuff that we can use and we can you know, riff off of. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch over to my iPad. I'm gonna try to rotate it and see if this works. Let me try to do that real quick. So I'm gonna let me hide that. Let me rotate it. Rotating my iPad. Let's try that. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm going to switch over screens. Actually, let me open up the... There you go. Okay, let me just switch over screens, and there you go, that works. Okay, hopefully all of you can see my iPad now. So I'm going to go over to the gallery, and I have the dungeon set up here. So this is going to be Zura's cave. So Zura, oh, that's large. Zura's cave. Hopefully the audio and everything is okay, and hopefully all of you are doing well today. I've been having a rough couple of days recently, but actually I'm really excited to run the game. I also had a Mothership game that went really well, so I'm excited to go through that as well. I've been doing a lot of stuff recently, so actually I might show off. There was this app that I coded for Mothership that I might want to show off today. It's like a soundscape musical app. I really want to show it off, so we might do that later. But for now, let's see. So we are in Zura's cave. So let's just go through the procedure real quick. Let me put away my water bottle so I don't knock everything over. Let me bring up Castle Grief's Substack post so you guys can see what I'm basically doing. So let me switch over back to the screen. There we go. Okay, so rapid fire adventures. Create memorable sessions fast without prep burnout. Okay, so it's pretty simple. First, just write 12, 20, or even like 10, let's see, encounters. So just stream of consciousness, just write down a bunch of stuff. I've seen variations of this technique before. Sometimes they ask you to time it, sometimes they don't. I'm just gonna start writing and see where it goes from there. So let's switch back to this. So I'm just gonna start writing. So encounters. What do we got? So we have the Miedenville villagers, of course. Alright, we have Captain Phobos. Has to be in there somewhere, or has to have fled already. We have Zura, who is dead. Bracket dead. We have Toran the Troll, who might not be in here, but he still influences the area because he buried Zura. So there might be some signs or evidence of his influence here, right? So we have those 4 things. What else is cool that we can have here? So one of the things that I saw in the previous dungeon that we made was spiders, right? And I really want to keep that. I want to keep that idea of like there being spiders in there, like Zura's pet spiders. So spiders essentially, or large spiders. Spiders large and small, right? So Miedenville villagers, Captain Phobos, Zura, who's dead, Toran the Troll, spiders. Also, I just realized something. I just realized that my audio, I did not turn on noise cancellation because I didn't mean to do that previous session because I needed to modify it after, but I should turn it off now, otherwise it's gonna be a pain in the ass for you guys. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, hopefully this sounds better. I'm not sure. Tell me if it does. Anyway, we got Toran the Troll, we got spiders, we have... I think Zura's followers is a good idea, right? So maybe like cultists, maybe? We have bandits who are searching, planning to like loot the place or get revenge on Captain Phobos. Bracket revenge. Because Phobos killed a bunch of them, for example, right? We got a Medanville villagers, Captain Phobos, Zura, Toran the Troll, Spiders. I'm assuming some creatures might have made their way into here as well. Maybe some EPK creatures, like Eat, Pray, Kill from the supplement. Let me think. I kind of want a reason that Toran and Zura are friends, but we'll get to that when we get to that. In terms of like actual weird creatures, this might actually be enough because the spiders, we can have variations of them and stuff. But oh, I know, web zombies. So I like this idea of like these zombies being covered in this kind of web, and like they are essentially being controlled by the web, right? Definitely sounds better. Thank you, Brent. I'm so sorry that I didn't do it previously. It's my bad. I should remember to do that before I actually go live. But the previous session I didn't have it on because, you know, it was for a specific purpose. Web zombies, so controlled by the web, essentially. So maybe the spiders are telepathic. That might be interesting. Let's see if there's anything else that we can, you know, just yoink from the dungeon that we had previously. Inquisitors. That's another thing, right? This might be too much actually, but let's just write this down. Especially for like a dungeon that's not gonna be super large, we can cherry pick. So I think this is good enough. In terms of locations, this is within the dungeon. So let's just think up a few. So what immediately comes to mind is that this guy was a sage. He probably had some kind of library. He probably had some kind of lab, right? He probably had like some kind of laboratory going on. What I'm wondering is whether I should introduce some sci-fi elements, almost like cryogenic sleep and stuff. I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna put a question mark there. So library, lab, I mean not cryo sleep, but like frozen, right? So library, lab. You probably want to trap, right? What kind of traps? I think like tight corridor is one that I really want. Right, tight corridor. Like very, very small crawl space essentially. I like the idea of like these vents that the spiders can go through. So vents. Not really the location, but you know, like an idea of like these small holes that the spiders can go through. Or spiders. What else is there? I'm assuming like I don't know, like a cocoon, like a nest of sorts. I like the idea of like a nest, especially after the spiders kind of overtook that area. Like breeding grounds essentially. Library, lab, tight corridor, vent, nest. The nest can be in a pit, or it can be, or the pit can be separate. But I also like idea of like maybe, I don't know if an altar is too much, but vents among us says Jasper's deck. Yeah, it's kind of, I wanted it to be kind of paranoia inducing, especially after the Mothership adventure that I just ran, where vents were used very, very well. Welcome to the stream. So we got a nest. What else? I kind of like the idea of the initial dungeon that we made, right, had this hole that you had to go through, Like it's a toppled cairn essentially, so maybe a cairn. Toppled cairn with hole. We're taking some stuff from our previous adventure, leading to hole. Sorry, we're not taking stuff from our previous adventure, we're taking stuff from the dungeon that we're supposed to be using to run. But we're switching it up because I want to make it better. So, toppled cairn leading to hole. Sci-fi paranoia dungeon. Yeah, that's what I essentially ran for my friends a few days ago for Mothership. It was very, very good. I was running another bug hunt. Very good adventure. We're gonna be continuing it, so I'm pretty excited. On my birthday as well. My birthday is coming up soon, so we're gonna be playing it on my birthday, which is gonna be great, really. So toppled cairn. What else would there be? I kind of like the idea of a vault, but like it's very out of place. I kind of like that. NPC with hundreds of spider babies that burst from the skin. I like that too. We could put that in a nest basically, or like it's basically web zombies, right? Kind of like that. Oh yeah, like maybe they have like they are cocoons. Like the zombies are cocoons essentially. Yeah, there you go. Vault. I don't want an altar because I feel like that's too much. I feel like Zura is more of kind of like a scholar on certain subjects. So like a library would fit, like a writing area maybe. Like a writing area, or writing desk or something. And a place for him to sleep as well, right? I mean, he lives here, so like like a bedroom, I guess. And then we can figure out how to link these up. I think Zura being in his bedroom will be fitting given that Toran the Troll didn't really bury him here, but like buried him within the cairn that was like led to the hole, and he's on his bed. I think that's a cool idea. Where's the Silent Green Factory? What a great movie, by the way, what a great movie. I actually brought that up in a stream recently I was watching. It was Hex Press's thing. I made a reference to Silent Green or something, and we just started talking about it. Yeah, it's such a good movie. I haven't watched it in a while. One of my favorite scenes of any movie is Saul as well as... Who's the main character? Saul and the main character eating a meal, right? That was one of my favorite scenes. So this is Zura's bedroom, essentially. I think that's good enough. So we can see like how these things link together, and basically can make something out of it. So I'm assuming the Miedenville villagers are kind of like exploring this place to find out what's going on, right? Especially after after they heard about Captain Phobos coming in. So we can kind of link those two together. So maybe like that, right? Zura, who is dead, has a connection to Toran the Troll, like that. Spiders who are telepathic were essentially Zura's pets. So the library would have a lot of information about spiders, maybe. I think that'll be cool, right? Zura's followers, or the cultists, basically, that's also a connection to Zura, obviously. Are they maybe dead? Maybe they could be the web zombies, I don't know. So there might be a connection there. Bandits who want revenge on Phobos. So, maybe there's probably a better way to link these up, but oh, that's ugly. Maybe I could just like letter them out. Like for example, like A and A, right? So those two are linked up, and then B and B. Yeah, I think that's better. And then spiders will be C and C. Yeah, and then spiders and followers and cultists will be all the same, so C, C, C. Bandits want revenge on Captain Phobos, so it's gonna be D. Web zombies are controlled by the spiders, who have done this after essentially Zura abandoned the place. Jespa says, "Oh my god, we're old." Am I old? I think the movie came out before I was born, actually. But I love watching old movies, so Inquisitors. That will be related to the Mierenville villagers. I'm not sure if Inquisitors should be in here, to be honest. This might be too much already. Yeah, this might be too much. Thoran the Troll is not gonna be in there, he's just gonna have an impact on the space. Or he might be in there, who knows. Let's see, I love that movie, but I always find it hard to get past Charlton Heston's jauntily tied neck scarf. Yeah, did you know that like that part where Charlton Heston was like mourning Saul's death? That was real. That was like real tears. Because like he was told like right before the scene by the actor who played Saul that he had some kind of like illness and was going to die soon. And it was real, right? So those were real tears. It was kind of insane. But yeah, going back to this, let's see. So library is gonna be related to Zura. I do want the tight corridor to have something to be related to spiders, of course, right? Let's see, vents for the spiders, yeah, of course, nest. I think all these are pretty good. So I think that is actually a good start, to be honest with you. Kinda like that. This actually also feels like it won't be that much different from the dungeon that we made previously. It will just be a little more... It'll just have a little more detail to it and a little more interconnectedness, which is nice, right? Spider cult is rich, laundering money from producing rare silk from the webs. Ooh, it wouldn't make sense that there's no spider cult essentially, because the cultists, the quote-unquote cultists, are all dead. I think. They're all web zombies. Oh, I should probably link that up as well. F and F, I guess? Yeah, maybe F and E and E. There you go. But I like the idea of the webs providing protection. Yeah, I really like that idea. So ideas. So webs provide armor essentially, and you can make armor from that. So if you guys are not aware, spider silk when woven in a large enough quantity can actually be bulletproof, right? So like we can see that webs provide armor, especially with like how... Oh, and we need like a net. So we got a nest here, right? Or like for the mother spider. I've been watching Aliens recently, great movie, and I want to have something like that in here. So there's a mother spider, gotta have that. So the webs provide armor of some sort. Let's see. So the bandits are coming back for revenge. They might be at the entrance of the area. Especially since Phobos essentially killed a lot of them. What else? Yeah, I think that's good enough. So we'll start writing it out. So let's do with like part with the entrance essentially, right? So entrance, and then that leads to yeah, so we're not changing this up too much from how it was initially, but like these will top of turn. Alright. What else from there? So this one goes downwards, right? So this one goes like so this goes downwards. Oh, I like the idea that I had from the dungeon previously, where like the areas was webbed and there were like floating bones. So yeah, so we'll still put that in here. So we won't pick out everything that we did previously. We won't change everything out. So we'll just do a webbed, and there's floating bone. Also, once I'm done with this hex crawl, I really want to release it properly, because I actually think it turned out really fun and really good. And also, like, in the initial dungeon, we had, like, ringing sound. But I don't think we'll have that in here. Yo! Hello! B-Man is in his Madden era. Is it my haircut? Marky Barky! Yes, this means my studio is bulletproof. I didn't clean in a while. Oh my god. Have you seen him in the Mega Man, the first version of I'm Legend? I'm not, actually. I've not. But yeah, Floating Bone. Yes, Floating Bone. Very good. Kodak, I cannot wait for my copy of Death Game. I cannot wait. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. And I'm so glad that you're gonna be doing art for Kalaraf as well. I'm like hyped. I'm really hyped for that. I am gonna be working on some stuff with Hustle Grief as well, so that's gonna be very exciting. I've also been working on art, so I might as well mention. I've also been working on art for Forge. Quite a lot of it, actually. Quite a lot of art. I haven't released any of it yet. I haven't shown anybody yet. But like half the art is done for that book, which is great. I've also been doing art for Paint the Town Red. I've also been doing art for... Man, there's too many projects. I've been doing art for a lot of projects. Like Hodak. I have a list of just like all the projects I'm working on. It's like way too much. Anyway, let's see here. So, Hodak doing art for Kalaraf. Yeah, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I think so. I think so. So glad I backed it in time. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. If you backed it, you already have the PDFs as well. Which of like the expansion, which is great. Yeah, going back to this, we need a library of sorts. So we'll just like have them scattered around, I guess. Library. Yeah, because I'm not sure how they will link up. Cryosleep Lab. I kind of like the idea of like combining a bunch of the like the nest combined with the Cryosleep Lab. So maybe the nest is in the lab. I think I like that idea. It's kind of like layered up, right? And we need a tight corridor somewhere. But it might be this one actually. Oh, bracket. Yeah, maybe this is the tight corridor. Like it's a very, very small entrance. Maybe like, oh yeah, I know. Like have to squeeze through. So it starts out large and then you have to start squeezing through. I think I like that idea. Yeah. Okay, cool. What else? So we have... Oh, and we have like areas that the spiders can go through, but that the players cannot. I think that'll be fun. Let's see, we got a vault of some kind. We gotta have a vault. It might not be a traditional vault, but you know. Let's see. We got a handshake agreement. Yeah! Cannot wait. Hodak is like... Hodak and Caustic and Castle Grief are like in my top 10 like artists in this space. Like, all three of you are like one of my top favorite artists. So like seeing everybody collab is very cool. Oh yeah, so bedroom. We need a bedroom. Let's see what else. Writing area. So writing area might be the bedroom as well. So maybe we should, yeah. Writing area slash bedroom. Yeah, I kind of want to like think about this a little bit more. I want to have a small amount of locations, but like have it be like very dense. You know what I mean? So I think something like that will be good. So like web floating bones, writing area, bedroom, toppled cairn. So we're using a lot of stuff that we made before. We're not using the Inquisitors, I don't think. But we're using a lot of the other stuff. What else can we do? Oh, there is the Whispering Iron Maiden that we had from the previous dungeon, but that's a bit too much, I think. Like maybe a pit will be good. Yeah. I had a pit of like a large dark pit, but it isn't actually dark. It's just filled with spiders, which is horrible. It's a trap. It's like a shallow pit, but if you go into it, you're fucked. essentially. And we should say that the spiders also have some kind of venom, so that'll be cool. Death Game is awesome. This Castle Von Glum template has a drawing of me playing with action figures. I saw that. I'm blushing. Thanks, man. I love your stuff. Too inspirational as always. Thank you. So we got those things going on. Trying to figure out how this can fit in. The Miedenville villagers, we could have them be on the encounter list at the very least. So let's start making an encounter list, yeah, encounters. So I think I was thinking about this and I was like, should Horan the Troll be on the encounters list? And I was like, not sure, but I think yes, I think he should be. So I'm gonna make it like one is maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe just a D6. And the final one is essentially Horan the Troll. Or maybe a D10. And then like make it like, yeah, 7, 8. Let's do it like this. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the last one is gonna be Horan the Troll. First one, I don't want Phobos to be on the encounter list, obviously. But I do want the Mother Spider to be on there. So Mother Spider is gonna be on the list. Well, and I think that Spider is gonna be like actually like an alien homage, right? So that's gonna be cool. So who else can be on here? So we got Bandit. So I think this two can be bandits essentially looking for Phobos for revenge, right? And this might include Karg, who is the bandit that escaped. And the bandits will know of the players because Karg has told them. Okay, that's interesting actually. Okay, so bandits will know of the players because they had previous interactions with the players. And they know that the players have killed some of their own. Okay, yeah, that's actually important. So 4 and 5 spiders. Let's say like D6 spiders. And D4 -1 huge. Let's go with that. So in terms of bandits, let's go for D6 bandits. I made 2 D6 spiders, yeah, and then D6 bandits. You got 1 big mother spider. You could add an environmental effect, like maybe 1 room is covered in ice, 2 rooms next to it frosty, cold, and 2 rooms on both sides that might rob. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that, especially since the lab is like cryogenically frozen, sort of, right? Like, oh, wait, what if webs are freezing? That like kind of like solves a lot of problems at once, I think. So it gets colder. It gets significantly colder as you go down the hole into the earth, right? But around here it can be like freezing and you have to do like a toughness check. So maybe I can, yeah, let me just like erase this out and be like nest freezing toughness check essentially required. Many cocoons. Cryo sleep. Oh, what if Zura is not dead? What if Zura is barely alive but held in cryo sleep? Hey, okay, yeah. So what if so the mother spider is maybe you will think that the mother spider is in the nest, but actually it will make sense for it to be the nest. But like the bedroom is kind of connected to the nest, right? And the nest was initially a laboratory, right? So initially an alchemist laboratory. Initially a lab. So you can still see the vials and flasks and all that. But next to it, right, there's a bedroom. And Zura in cryo sleep. Barely alive. Letters to Toran, the troll. Letter from Toran? Letter by Toran. The troll, maybe. Yes! Yes! It's cool. Okay. This yeah, I'm getting into this. So we got spiders, we got a bandit, so we got Toran the troll, who could be in here. We don't know yet. Web zombies, yeah. So web zombies, right? And they can inflict like some kind of like frost on you. And there's gonna be, oh wait, I need to write how many. Let's say D6 of them. And they can like shoot out webbing at you and stuff. Almost like an exoskeleton, right? Of like web. Like they are actually dead. But like the web is essentially alive. So the web is the thing that's alive. Okay, I should write it down in the ideas section. Web zombies have a claw on their back. On back that controls. Oh, have a spider on the back, right? Or inside. On back, I think. On back. That puppeteers it via webbing. Yeah! That's awesome. Okay. I like that. Okay, so we got like essentially these zombies that are like being puppeteered by these spiders, and yeah, that's great. Okay, cool. And they are telepathic, so like spiders can communicate. Spiders have a hive mind. So they can speak to each other, essentially, right? And they can communicate, and they can go in between every single room via vents. Gotta split, see you later. See you, Hodak. See you. Thank you for the suggestions. It's a dark pit full of spiders. Yep. I think yeah, let's like put a space here. Maybe like so. And then like we can go from there to, maybe this goes to the vault here. And then it goes from here to like the library, and the library can go to here. But to go to the bedroom, there is like a dark pit they can go through as well. And that can lead directly to the bedroom. And that leads to the vault. Kind of like that. That's pretty simple, but like kind of very nested up. Okay, so we got D6 web zombies. What else do we have? Let's see, what else can we have that's like kind of... I don't know about the followers and cultist thing. Maybe they are the zombies. Oh wait, I already wrote that down. Yeah. So... zombies... are Zura's followers. Okay. Okay. So D6 web zombie. Zombies previously Zura's followers. I think that's good. Alright. We got 8 and 9, which we can put... We could put the Miedenville villagers, try and figure out what's going on. Yep, let's do that. So 9 we'll put... 8 we'll put like Miedenville. You know, did like that, yeah. So D4, Miedenville, villagers, yellow sashes, because that's how they're able to be identified. Okay, cool. So they're investigating stuff, which is great. Okay. So let's like figure out. We'll have to figure out some activities that they can be possibly doing, and then we can go from there. But this seems good right now. Maybe. Yeah. So if it's getting colder towards this section here, I should note that as well. Colder. So the shelves have many books, obviously. Maybe the books are cleaned out. Oh, the books are cleaned out, yeah, by Phobos. The remaining books are cursed. Yeah. So if you read any of them, you basically get cursed. So there's only a few books left. But the ones that are remaining are like dangerous to read. I like that. There's sort of the vault, which is probably where Phobos is. But, how did Phobos get past the spider, though? Yeah, how did Phobos get past the spider? That's something I've got to think of, right? Maybe they're not connected at the nest. Maybe Phobos needs to get past the nest. There should also be an alternate exit way. So... Oh, maybe... Yeah. Okay, I got it. So the nest contains... injured... mother spider. Healing up. Alright. And the mother spider, we can remove it from here. Or maybe you can, like, here... Yeah, I should probably bracket injured. And it can, like, hear sounds of what's happening and come to investigate, but it is injured, so it is able to be taken down. And it can communicate telepathically, I think is good. Spiders let him pass. Poison covers on the books. I was thinking, like, if you read them, something terrible happens, like a arcane... Yeah. So, remaining accursed, arcane catastrophe, if you've read, but like you have to do a presence check. So presence check, and if you succeed, you get a clue. So yeah, okay. Presence check. Success is a clue, and fail is a arcane catastrophe. Which could result in everybody dying. It's great. Alternate exit contains... I might have it ignore some entries from there, but like, we'll see. Contains an injured mother spider. Healing up. Freezing, many cocoons, cryosleep, initially lab. But yeah, the spiders let Phobos pass. I don't think that's the case, because Phobos would have to have wanted Zura's things and was actually stealing stuff from Zura. So I don't think that's the case. I think this is gonna be the aftermath of battle. So the cocoons are essentially bandits, zombies. Initially under Phobos' control. So the spider was able to get some of the zombies cocooned up, but it essentially was not able to take on Captain Phobos. There you go. That's what actually is going on. So I think that's interesting. Zura is in cryosleep, barely alive. That's a letter by Toran. I think it'll be interesting if the spider can actually communicate. The mother spider can communicate. So mother spider and telepathically communicate with party. I think that'll be cool. Or maybe not telepathically, but like if it touches them, it can communicate. Or if it touches like the web, via web. There you go. So if it touches them via web, it can communicate. I think that's cool. So there's bandit zombies, initially under Phobos' control, now in cocoons. And they're basically healing up using the bandit zombies. Zura is in cryosleep, barely alive. There's a letter by Toran. Or like, a letter by Toran expressing his grief. And that's left there. But I think Zura was taken out of cryosleep. I feel like. And I feel like at this point Phobos has already left this area already. Phobos has come by and left, and then they basically have to chase after Phobos through here. You could have the webs everywhere, so the energy is not for the dungeon. For each time webs are cut or spiders die, it makes the environment harder to navigate. Kind of like the idea. I also like the idea of like if you touch the webs, they can invade your mind, kind of thing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Like, so webs are everywhere. So maybe we'll write that here. Webs everywhere. So the webs are everywhere, but like can be cut. Maybe just webs everywhere, I think is good enough. And they also can allow for the spider to invade your mind. I think that's cool. So bandit zombies, initially under Phobos' control, contains an injured mother spider who's healing up. So the timeline is essentially like 3 days ago. Phobos entered cave and like essentially like fucked everything up, right? Fought mother spider. Kidnap Zura. So Zura was in cryosleep. Zura large freezing pod. Large pod empty. Freezing. And Zura won't and Zura won't last long. Outside of the pod. A giant ball of death made, let's see, a giant ball of death made of spider webs with zombie arms jutting out, holding all kinds of gnarly weapons. Like a rolling ball from Indiana Jones, just some made of spider webs and some extra cutting power. I like that a lot, actually. Like, so I have the dark pit, and all of this is kind of like more. This is like the stuff that I have right now is kind of a bit too grounded. I feel like I think something like that would be perfect. So maybe, yeah, a giant ball of death essentially. So like, yeah, let's do that. So I think we won't put this as the vault. Like have an alternate entrance, exit out rather. But there's a nest here, right? And this is essentially where they're guarding the area from, right? So like, giant ball of death. I really like that. Where can I put that? Okay, you know what? Giant Ball of Death goes here. Actually, no, I really like the Mother Spider being able to get out of the area, like, and heal up. That they were healing up in, but Giant Ball of Death is so good. Spiderweb Ball of Death is like, oh man. Have you died yet? I'm making an adventure! Answer is yes, I have died. Hello, Jack. Welcome to the stream. I'm making a group adventure. Yeah. Let's see. Webs everywhere. So 3 days ago, Phobos entered the cave, fought a mother spider, kidnapped Zura. Zura won't last long outside of the pod. Mother spider wishes for Zura's return. So the Zura actually like took care of these spiders. Share this down as well. Took care of the spiders. And I'll write this out all properly, but like right now I'm just like scattershotting it. Let's see. I can't believe I finally made it to one of your live streams. You're a little late. Hello, Real. Hope you are well, Chow. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's see. Jack says, I figured Mark Borg is so hard that you can die even in prep. God damn it. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Real. Thank you for the kind words. So yeah, we have Maddenville villagers who are trying to figure out what happened here. But I think, you know what? I'm gonna make it so that it's gonna be a giant ball of death on 9. Giant web ball of death. Kind of just comes rolling down. So there's like a sound. Okay, so sound, then giant web ball of death just comes zooming in one round. Giant web ball of death. There you go. I think that's good. So if you roll, no, I think like that should maybe. I don't know if I should put like the Maddenville villagers in. Yeah, I think that might be too many things to keep track of. Because we have the bandits, we have the Maddenville villagers who are trying to figure out what's going on. We have too many things going on. So maybe we shouldn't have the giant ball of death on both, but yeah, I'm gonna keep the Maddenville villagers. Yep. And then I'll write it up properly. So giant web ball of death, preceded by sound. By rumble. There you go. Giant ball of death must be a Wednesday. Oh you. I think like that's pretty good. So the vents, so it's essentially like the spiders can come to and from the vents through any of the locations. There's the tight corridor. There is no vault per se. So I'm gonna put a vault here that is not found by Phobos. So in my secret vault, so it must be like hard to find, like very hard to find. Plus it was cleaned out. So I think the mother spider might tell them how to access this vault. Maybe that's the case. Yeah. Mother spider knows how to access the vault. There we go. Cool. Let's see, we have that. There's an alternate exit way. That leads out to where exactly? Let's see. I think it will lead out to like around here, like 1007. Let's go with that. Yeah. Oh wait, no, actually I have a better idea. So the alternate exit leads to this is what I used for the previous dungeon that we were gonna run, but like I'm making the dungeon better. But I had an idea that it can lead to the Graventoss Catacombs, which is much better because if they are led to the Catacombs and a Necromancer is there, that can really fuck things up. So I kind of like that. So I think like maybe like that, because it's like going southwards. At this point, you also need to add some poison exploding cocoons. I think like we're actually good to go. We need an alternate exit, but like, I think the poison exploding cocoons probably not. I do want a bunch of bodies here though. Oops. Yeah, I need to figure out what's in this area here. Library, we got a lab which was a nest, which is now a nest. We got a bedroom. We don't want an altar of any sort because so I'm not gonna say cultists, I'm gonna say like followers or students. Students, that's a better term, because they're not really cultists. They're students, like of this scholar that studies spiders, right? Sounds caustic, nice. I think alternate exit leads to Graventoss Catacombs. Ooh, I know. We can put an like some kind of statue that you have to move, but it's already been moved, right? Altar, but already moved out of the way. So I was not gonna have an altar, but I'm just writing altar. It could be a statue or something. So it already moved out of the way. And alternate exit is like easily visible, right, from there. But from here you can also see the nest, you can see the bedroom, and something has to be in the secret vault. So question mark on that. I have to figure out some kind of very specialized treasure to put in there that can help against undead. Oh wait, I should write it down. Yep. Treasure that helps against undead. Oops. Undead. I can't believe Chow heard poison exploding cocoons and said no. Who are you and what have you done with Chow? No, it's more that like I think we have like more than enough here. We got like a lot of stuff. I do like poison exploding cocoons though. I do like that a lot. I actually just used that in like the adventure I ran like 2 days ago. That's one of the reasons why I'm not using it. Because I've already used it. Have I? Wait, did I use cocoons in that one? Yeah, I think I did. I think like, did it? Man, I'm starting to lose my memory. I'm becoming an old man. But yeah, because like one of the players in that session is gonna be playing in this session as well. And I don't want to use fucking poison exploding cocoons again. I do like the idea of so I like some of the stuff here, like the web zombies having an exoskeleton and the spiders on the back puppeteering them. I'm having a hive mind, zombies being Zura's followers, their students. The mother spider can telepathically communicate with party via webs everywhere. Yep. Take care of the spiders. Knows how to access vault. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. I think we're done. You blinked, I saw it. Blink twice if you're held at spider pincer point. Yeah, like right out of range of the webcam. You can't see it, but there's like a horrible like syringe like spider pincer. Let's see. I think we're ready to go. I think like I actually have to write this out properly, format it out, write out all of the history and everything and what happened here, and actually write it into a proper dungeon. But this is the hard part, I think, done. I still need to figure out what's in here, but I guess it can just be empty. Alternate exit, nest, bedroom, dark pit filled with spiders, secret vault. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I think that's it. I think we're good to go. Let me look at the previous dungeon just to make sure that there's nothing that's cool that I haven't really used yet. I don't think so. I think this is much better than the previous thing that we came up with. Like the previous dungeon we came up with, I think this is way better. So, as an Australian, I'm constantly being held at Spider Pincer Point. Oh my god. I've seen like some of Miscast's videos. He lived in Australia. And he has some videos with gigantic spiders and it's scary. Brent asks Caustic if... Oh, writing up a Western horror tale. Nice. He said webcam. Or is it spider web cam? I think that's a good point for us to stop the stream. I think that's I think we can call it there. I think we're good to go. Let me actually like crop this canvas real quick. And then we'll end off the stream. Because I have all the information I need. I just need to essentially write it all out into Obsidian. But we basically have everything we need to run the session. I do have to do some more interlinking, like a web, sort of. And I do have to put in a bit more detail here and there, but yep, that's the hard part sorted. So, let me end off now. How long have I been streaming for? Oh shit, an hour. An hour and 20 minutes. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I am going to end off the stream, I think. Let's see. I'm hoping I'll be able to get the Color Ruff episode up probably by next week. I suddenly became incredibly busy. Like, insanely busy, so, yeah, I don't know when that's gonna happen. But I am excited to continue the adventures of Dagar. Real says, I hate losing my belongings to a grumpy huntsman. Gosh darn. Hunts. Hunts? Oh wait, what? Am I missing something here in the chat? Well, thanks for the stream. It was awesome seeing you prep fun stuff. Thank you. Okay, thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate it. Let me actually go through and thank everybody for coming in. Thank you, Polythene Walrus. Thank you, Art of Caustic. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Jaspers. Thank you, GN. Thank you, Hodag. Let's see here. Thank you, Real. Real name, which is a fantastic username, by the way. And I think that's about it. And Jack. I'm sorry, Jack. Apologize, Jack. Of course, Jack. Is there anybody else that I missed? I don't think so. I don't think I missed anybody else. Alright, thank you all for coming by. I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye!